Hey everyone, this is Judy with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. Today I'm going to be planning and practicing in my big love letters planner for the last week in June. The last letter, we're going to do Z this week. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information before I got started. So here was X. And you guys, if you watched that video, you know that I didn't like this X. I said it looked like cats with a little squiggle at the beginning, or cray with a squiggle. So two things. I redid my X. I did what I didn't think I was going to want to do. So I did my X where I just kind of came and did a half, like a half of an N. And then when I went to dot I's and cross T's and that kind of stuff, I came the direction I was supposed to do a light up, and it actually did feel pretty natural to me. So I had that suggestion from someone to go ahead and try it. I'm so glad I did, because even where I don't have an I to dot or a T to cross, I end the X with a stroke in that direction, so it feels natural to just come back over to the left a little bit and do another light up stroke in that direction. So that's the way I'm going to do my X's. Now, these pens are a new set of pens I found on Amazon. They're called Writech sign brush pens, and that should sound familiar because that's what Pentel calls theirs, sign brush pens. And these are the colors. This is every color in the pack. There are 12. It says Hello Autumn, but it's not per se an autumn set. That was just the example they were showing of what the pens look like in use. These are very similar to Pentel Touches. I would say, so there's the tip. Tiny little flexible hard tip. You can see how they write. They are, like I said, very much on par. I would say definitely in the neighborhood of the Pentel Touch and the Le Pen Flex. So I will add the link to these on Amazon in the description box at the bottom of the list of pens. I have all the links to all the different pens there. I will add this Writech to the list, and I may use one of these today. We'll see what pens match the florals I'm using. But this is what they look like. I also made a trip to Daiso. I had seen a link on, I believe, a Facebook post that Daiso had 2 packs. And for those of you that don't know, Daiso is a Japanese Dollar Tree, basically. And there are a few up and down the West Coast. Maybe there were more, but there used to be one in Portland, Oregon, and I could not find online that it still existed. There are a few around Seattle, and one is it's a trek for me. It's more than half an hour each way, but I hadn't been up there in a while, so I ran up and I got all the sets that they had. So right here it says these were $1.50 a pack, so not super expensive, and they had all the sets but number 2. So, and I tested these out. Now they're brush pens, and they're nice brush pens. They're fine, but they're way too big. They're on par with like the Tombows. They're too big really to fit very well on these lines. So this is what the tip looks like. It's pretty big. It does give you a really fat downstroke. And like I said, my X fits on there okay if I'm careful, but they're a little bit big for these lines. So you don't need to rush out and get them if you want to use them for the second half of the year on line spacing like this. They're a little bit too big for that. And I cannot link those. Much like Dollar Tree, well, I guess you can buy some Dollar Tree stuff online, but most of it you cannot. So and you can't buy, to my knowledge, the Daiso stuff directly from Daiso online. So I'm not going to link that. Okay, so let's get going. Next week is my birthday, so I decided I was going to use the colors that I love, my favorite color combination, which is pink and green. Green is my favorite color, and I love, love, love to pair it with pink. So, and I've had this sticker book for a long time. I've never used it. I've wanted to use it multiple times. So, and it has a section in it. It's like most of the Happy Planner color story type books. It's got several sections of different stickers. So here's a green set, and I do love that one, but I don't want to use all green pens this week. I want to mix it with something. These are just kind of rainbow colored, but there's a whole section of pinky, peachy, and green stickers. So this page is clear. I do want green. I don't want to mix clear stickers with paper though, and these are paper. And this is about the only planner where I can use a lot of these super big ones. So there is this also clear page that does have slightly smaller florals. It's got some green mixed in. So I'm going to stick with those 2 pages of clear stickers. And I think it'll go nice with the lines. You can see, unfortunately, I think you can see, I've got quite a lot of bleed through from last week. This week we'll use some lighter pens. So I'm just going to start like I normally do. I'm going to start with a couple of these really big ones down the center and then mix the slightly smaller ones with the greenery in between. And we'll just go from there. So these are, a lot of these are too big to go around the edges. I think I'll start with one. Maybe I'll start with it up here at the top. And of course I'm gonna have to punch these, so oops, sit back, relax, and enjoy the music. As with most Happy Planner books, of course, they don't put the 2 pages with like stickers together, so you gotta flip back and forth. Done with these. I'm just curious though if I could have, if there are any clear, yeah, there's some clear green. So if I needed more green, I could have mixed in a few of these, I think, but I'm gonna live with it the way it is. So let's cut it apart and punch it. Sticky side to sticky side. It's that one that always gets stuck. It looks like I need to clean a couple of those punches up. So let's look for some pink and green boxes. I have colorful boxes, of course. So it's really a green. So let's look at the pinks. Oh, any of these are gonna work, I think. Any of these. Well, some of them are a little bit red. What about the pinky purple? The pinks with the purples. There we go. So definitely like this pink. And this super pastel pink. We'll go ahead and grab it. Yeah, I think these match a little better actually. Okay, let's grab a green. This true green. And then let's grab one of these kind of peachy pinks. No, I think they're too peachy, actually. They're too, even for this peach floral, they're a little dark. Well, let's put one. I'll put one. Okay. So now we'll stick with these. I need one more true green. Since this one's down low, I'll put this one up high. Okay, and then that's all the pinks on that page. We will grab this one and one of these. That's like the same exact pink as the lines. There we go. Okay. Done with this. Grab my micron. See if I can get the writing assignments correct this week. Okay, Monday is 21st is the letter Z. Our last letter. Finally, we made it. I hope you're still with me. Okay, Zerk. And I actually do know what a Zerk is. It's the little metal nub where the maintenance guy attaches his grease gun to pump grease into a bearing. And as a retired project engineer, I can tell you that when we would design the layout on a piece of equipment, it was really important to make sure that none of those Zerk fittings were blocked by a piece of metal or a pole or a stairway or something like that. So anyway, I digress. Zest. I'm also very familiar with that word. Zesting lemons and limes and other citrus. Whiz. Jazz. We got a double Z at the end. And fuzz. Another double Z at the end. Speaking of fuzz, Jazpur just jumped up on my desk. You may have seen his shadow. I don't think he's on camera. So we do have one word that has last week's X and this week's Z. Those were hard to come by words. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to pick my pens, grab my reference options. Hey, Jazpur. Get Jazpur settled in his bed. Zoom in. Hi, good timing, baby. And I'll be back. All right, here are my pens. And just like the stickers, I wanted to keep it, you know, mostly pink with a little bit of green. So I have 1 green and 3 pink pens. And I did want to try to use one of the new pens, but it was just super, the pink was actually super peachy. They're all kind of autumn colors. Maybe it is an autumn kit. Anyway, so I've got this green zebra, Funwari. I have the pink Tombow Fudenosuke. I have the pink, which is actually kind of peachy, Le Pen. And then I have a really hot bubblegum pink Pentel Touch. There was a different pen that matched better, but it was almost exactly the same shade as the Le Pen. So it's not quite this purpley pink color, but it's close enough. So that's what we're going with. I'm going to start with my ace drills. And then I will tell you guys, I don't know what I'm doing for Z. I'll show you here. But let's get the ace drills going. Get this out of the way. A little shaky there. Hopefully I'm not like that the whole trip, the whole time. Can you guys even see this one? I will turn the brightness of my light down just a little bit because that usually helps with the really pale colors. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Okay, Le Pen. And the hot pink Pentel Touch. I switched from coffee straight to iced tea today because it's getting warm and I made some sun tea and I think it's too much caffeine. My hand's a little shaky. All right, so let's get into how I'm gonna do these Z's. So they're doing more of like a printed style Z, simple Z, similar to a print style Z. There we go. Experiment with ways to add a bit of pizzazz. So they're starting up here and just doing kind of a light across, heavy down, light across and up. So, I mean, I kind of like that. Let's look at the other references I have. So the printed out Tombow practice sheets, they're doing more of a traditional cursive style Z. And the calligraphy book from Walmart, they are also doing more of a traditional calligraphy style Z. So it's got the same descender as like the J or the Y. So I think I'll try a few of both and just see which one I like better, because honestly it can't be as bad as the X was last week, right? Okay, so let's start with some of the non-traditional ones. So light across with a little swishy, heavy down, light across. That's actually really straightforward, and it's really pretty actually. I like the thin, thick, thin. You guys don't know how tempted I am to do the little crossbar, but I'm not going to. That's really easy. All right, let's try one the other way. You know what? You guys know what I'm gonna say. I haven't liked any of the really frilly stuff at any point in this, and this just looks really frilly to me. Not that I'm gonna be writing Z's very often, but we know how much trouble we've had with ascenders and descenders. And so on the odd occasion where you do want to print a quote or something in your planner that has a Z, if I stick with this one, it's going to be cleaner. It's not going to have the descender that I'm going to have to plan for in whatever the block of text is. So I think I'm going to stick with this one. It's just super easy and it's clean. And if you put a little wave in the two cross bars at the top and bottom, it just really looks nice. Now here's the thought though, the only thought is when we have a double Z, how would you connect? Like what does a connector look like for this? That's the only question. This looks like it would be really easy to connect in the middle of a word, at the end of the word. I'm not so sure about this. I do like those though, they look nice. Awesome. All right, let's give this a whirl. Zerk. So light across, heavy down, light across. And then I'm just gonna hopefully catch the tip of this when I come down with my E as kind of the connection. Zerk. That works. It looks connected. I feel like other than the E, every weird letter is in this word. I have had too much caffeine. Look at that squiggle. Funny looking word. Probably really funny to you guys. I've actually gotten quite used to it over the last couple decades, but I've never written it this many times. Zerk. I don't remember what Zax means and I forgot to look it up, so we'll have to look that one up on our own. Yeah, I like my X way, way better like that. So the only tricky part I'm finding with the Z is getting it connected. It's a little bit unforgiving in that regard. How far to come out, and then how far to start over with your connector. That word, I live in Seattle, you guys know that, I've said that multiple times. I did work on a couple-year project down in Augusta, Georgia and Columbia, South Carolina, and it reminds me of that chicken restaurant, Zaxby's. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. See, I'm starting my A too far to the right. I like it. Okay. Zest. S. Ooh. Not one of my favorites. That looks actually pretty though. I like that. Definitely need to work on connecting all those weird oddball letters, but I definitely need to work on my S and figure out how I'm gonna connect it, because I don't think I have that figured out yet. I'm all over the place. And it almost becomes a descender when I try to catch it there. All right, whiz. Oops, Wiz, W-I-Z. Do not like that. Maybe I can get this part of the Z to hit that part of the I. Let's try that. Oh, I did it again. That's better. That's better. Now if I could just spell whiz right. Not bad. I'm liking Z like this way better than I thought it would. Especially after the whole X. I think I said that already. It's not a typical ending for the I to get it to connect to the Z. So just another reason we should probably all practice the specific word before we try to write it in our planner, for the weird little unexpected details like that. I am getting to where I can catch that tip most of the time. It still doesn't look fluid, but it's better. Way better than that. Whiz. Okay, same thing, I think, connection point for the double Z, the jazz. Yeah, not bad. Prettier than I was expecting, actually. The double Z, actually, if they are anywhere near the same angle, they do end up looking really nice. And last but not least, fuzz. I have to just keep throwing those F's at us because I guess because I don't like F's and I want to get to where we like them. Not bad. I feel like I'm going to be looking for quotes that have Z's in them now because I like Z so much better than I thought I would. They're getting a little crazy. I can tell my arm is getting tired. All right, we made it. I can't wait. Several of you have let me know that you struggled with X as much as I did. I hope you all are just as pleasantly surprised with Z as I am. I'm excited to hear what you think after you get done with your Z practice. So I hope you like this video. I hope you're excited to start working on majuscules. I want to get the words out to you guys in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for that. And have a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend, a great Father's Day. This will come out on Father's Day. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.